Christine Persichetti. It's graduation day for hundreds of 8th graders in the Diocese of Brooklyn. But for one of them, his school has become a support system and his teachers family. Thanks to them, what started as a struggle is now a success story. Currents News' Jessica Easthope has more from St. Catherine of Genoa, St. Therese of Lisieux Catholic Academy in East Flatbush.
Motivating me to do better. My second father.
It's an emotional day for William Del Val.
Okay, I want to put this on a hold.
His 8th grade class is graduating.
Being their homeroom teacher, I just saw a lot of them. They were growing.
He's done this 28 times before. Each class leaves their mark. But Leonardo Jones considers him more than just a great teacher.
As a child, we moved away from my dad, so I didn't really have a father figure. And I appreciate him for stepping up as that father figure in my life and helping me improve as a person.
Leonardo came to St. Catherine of Genoa, St. Therese of Lisieux Catholic Academy as a shy 4th grader, new to the country from the Bahamas. He moved with his sister and mom, Michelle.
He came from a broken home, different country, different environment, different academics. It was really challenging for him.
Michelle said Leonardo struggled in class, especially with math. He was used to the British system, but she soon realized his teachers, especially Mr. Del Val, were having more than just a positive impact on his grades.
He is my blessing from God. He came into Leonardo's life. He brought stability. He brought focus.
Leonardo is graduating 3rd in his class with a scholarship to Xaverian High School. Mr. Del Val says Leonardo's faith shines through.
He's been mentoring others, following almost like Jesus' footsteps.
He's one of the main figures that have led me into my relationship with God. He's one of the main reasons why I appreciate God for letting me be here right now.
Leonardo came to the school not knowing where he'd end up. But now, because of the Catholic education and guidance he found here, he knows exactly where he's headed. In East Flatbush, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
Currents News is honoring teachers and students like Mr. Duval and Leonardo with a special show. The Currents News School Year in Review special is taking a look at this fantastic year for Catholic schools across the Diocese of Brooklyn by highlighting our A-plus students who are taking their faith outside the classroom and the teachers who are inspiring them each and every day. Just tune in to Net TV this weekend, June 17th and 18th, so you can catch the Currents News School Year in Review special. It'll be one you don't want to miss. The tablet is also celebrating graduation season with a special scholastic issue. The paper is saluting the top scholars from the 15 Catholic high schools in Brooklyn and Queens. The students showing not only excellence in the classroom, but Christian leadership in their communities. To read it, just pick up the paper at your local church this weekend. You can also get future editions sent straight to your mailbox by subscribing online at thetablet.org. At Our Lady of Trust Catholic Academy in Canarsie, students are getting a lesson in farm-to-table cooking.
You just shake around, get it loose.
Corn, tomatoes, and habanero peppers are just some of the vegetables students are growing in their new garden. The after-school club allows 7th and 8th graders to learn about nutrition by harvesting their own crops and then taking them home for their own tables. Currents News spoke to some of the would-be farmers about what they've learned so far.
It was really actually how to plant a seed. I didn't know exactly how to do it. You can't pad down the soil. You have to kind of disperse it in a way.
I think my favorite part is the result, like when you get to eat the fruits and the hard work and all that you've accomplished, and like if you were to plant flowers, how pretty your garden would look after that.
The students aren't just improving their green thumbs. The program also teaches them how to make healthy meal choices. They receive groceries every week with assignments for various cultural dishes to share with their families. Developing now, Pope Francis is out of the hospital and home recovering. The Holy Father was discharged from Gemelli Hospital Friday morning. Barbie Latza Nadeau is there with the latest.
Pope Francis left the Gemelli Hospital behind me just before 9 a.m. here Friday morning in Rome. The pontiff then stopped at St. Mary Major. This is an important cathedral in Rome where he often stops before his trips abroad and when he gets home to pray. He then arrived at the Vatican City where he's expected to rest. Now, the 86-year-old pontiff underwent a 3-hour procedure last Wednesday, and he's been in the hospital ever since. We hadn't seen any pictures of him until Thursday when images emerged of him visiting the pediatric cancer ward and visiting with other patients, and then we were told he'd be leaving Friday morning. He looked well as he was rolled out of the hospital. He had color in his face and he was waving to well-wishers. There were a lot of people gathered who may have been at the hospital for other reasons, but other people came because they knew he would be getting out today and wanted to wish him well. We've been told by the Vatican press office that he will preside over his Sunday Angelus. That's a blessing of the crowds in St. Peter's Square from his window this coming Sunday, so we can expect that. But his general audience next week has been canceled. He'll just take private audience appointments as had been scheduled.
That was Barbie Latza-Nadeau reporting from Rome. The Holy Father is still planning to go on 2 upcoming trips this summer. The first is World Youth Day, happening the first week of August. Hundreds of thousands of young people from all over the world will go to Lisbon, Portugal, to be with the Holy Father. The second trip will happen from late August to early September, when the Pope will travel to Mongolia. Turning now to the humanitarian crisis happening across the country. The latest busload of migrants dropped off at Los Angeles' Union Station Wednesday. St. Anthony's Croatian Catholic Church stepped up to offer them temporary shelter and resettlement assistance. The parish has reunited most of the 42 migrants with family. Only 3 of them had to be relocated to county shelters for additional help. The 42 people, including children, were mainly from Venezuela, Honduras, and Guatemala, and were sent to Los Angeles by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Faith leaders are saying they are ready to help all who arrive.
We already knew that there were going to be busloads of migrants coming to Los Angeles. So groups and churches connected, and here we are.
Currents News did reach out to the Archdiocese of Los Angeles, which says it's on a mission to serve all humanity and that their work with migrants is, quote, that of mercy, emulating the love of God for his people. Governor Abbott has bused more than 17,000 migrants to sanctuary cities since last April. And that is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.